Welcome to Knockhill Racing Circuit for rounds 4 and 5 of Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink. We can guarantee some great action on track this weekend, from round 4 and 5 being reverse direction and normal direction. Let's head into the paddock, catch up with some of our friends and see how they're getting on.
With nothing standing in our way, can you feel the attraction? Can you feel it between?
In the B class category, we now catch up with Rob Attwood driving his white line Subaru. And this is your first event at Knockhill. We're delighted to have you here. What brings you to Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink at Knockhill?
Well, all the guys, the sponsors and guys that run the car, they've been here for a couple of years now, keeping telling me to come along, and as soon as the car was ready, we brought it here.
First time at Knockhill driving the circuit, what are your first impressions?
Brilliant. It's getting to know the car as well, as new engine, new everything, so learning the car and the circuit at the same time, hard, but yeah, no, brilliant. The elevation drops are superb.
You mentioned your sponsors here, Whiteline. There's a whole sea of Whiteline cars here. Can you give us a little bit of an insight to what Whiteline actually do?
Well, they do everything from suspension down to anti-roll bars, drop links, bushes, everything. So literally I've got the whole catalogue on the car and works superb.
Joining me in the Knockhill Hospitality Suite is Chris from Turbosmart, one of our series sponsors of Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink. Chris, it's fabulous to have you here at rounds 4 and round 5. We haven't caught up the couple of rounds at the start of the year, but how are things at Turbosmart and how is the championship going for you so far?
Mate, absolutely fantastic. It's been a cracking year for us. Probably why I haven't actually been here. I've been too busy to get, which is a bit silly. Championship, as always, this is probably the third year I think we've been supporting it. Absolutely fantastic. We love working with the guys up here. It's a great weekend to get away, but also spend time with the guys in the paddock, both technically and showing them the new bits and pieces, but also helping the guys on the track as well.
You're quite friendly with the guys at AET Turbos across there. You've got a couple of guys competing. How are they getting on today? Because there's an awful lot of head scratching going on.
Yeah, no, they had some issues with some boost pipes. Look, I'm not going to comment because our clamps are actually holding those boost pipes in. There's a bit of a fitment query, but I think they got to the bottom of it, so it's all sorted now, thankfully.
So looking ahead, what are your plans for next year with Turbosmart and Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink?
We're actually hoping to bring a car up, nothing too serious, but actually get out of the paddock finally. It's fun sitting on the hill, but it's probably even more fun sitting behind the wheel of a car. So we'll be back, we'll get down there and hopefully have a little bit more trackside fun.
So for the qualifying, this is where people are trying to put their absolute perfect lap together so they get a good starting position for the Superlap Scotland final effort. Again, weather conditions have stayed very favourable throughout the course of the day, although lots of action was seen on track. Martin Bonner, again in the little Fiat 500, absolutely on the button, two-wheeling through the Arnold Clark chicane, and does that in both directions now, so Martin really is starting to get a hang of it. George Rigby, again in black 46, was also very, very quick. I'm sure that George is going to be challenging for the title, if not overall honours towards the end of it. Fiona Kindness, good weekend for Fiona, not the best start to it for Adam Kindness though. We'll see Adam later on. As David Long gets a face full of Lotus 211 going through Arnold Clark chicane. And the lovable Hamish Gordon was in trouble as well. A water pipe had gone. Hamish didn't know about it until he got back to the pit lane. Paul Rankin though was once again the man of qualifying, as we see him coming to Clark's here. A little bit of a wheel rubbing off the arch, but Paul was on absolute fire. We're now joined on the Knockhill Hospitality Suite by Gordon from Rockstar Energy Drink, our supporter and supplier, official energy drink of Knockhill Racing Circuit. It's great to have you here, first of all, as we see some of these extremely fast, powerful cars in the background. Your first trip to Knockhill this year?
First trip to SLS this year, so I've been up a couple of times meeting with Gillian and a few other people at the track, but this is my first time taking in SLS and it's awesome to finally see it in the flesh. So
yeah, it's great to see here. You know, we've got the branding, we've got the flags, but there's just a good positive vibe about the whole place.
I think the great thing about SLS is it kind of bridges this gap that's really needed between all the guys who are coming from track days before they go into actual racing, so it's this brilliant middle ground for them to get this experience and to get up to the speeds that they need to get at before they enter racing, so it's a fantastic series.
2015 Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink Pro Class champion Andy Forrest back at Knockhill. It's great to see Andy here. Unfortunately not competing this weekend, but massive changes of spec for your car.
Yeah, we've been busy on the car all year, well since we got the car back from Australia in January. It's work in progress at the moment, and yeah, not seen much daylight lately. Head down in the garage and working away in the spare time that we get. If we don't make the Boat for World Time Attack, which is looking like that may be the case, then I would hope we could get here for the last SLS event.
And what spec changes have you made to the car? I mean, I've seen a few things on social media, you see random pictures here and there, but from the horse's mouth, what is different?
It'd be easier to say what's the same. What's the same as the engine, part of the body shell, everything else is changing. So the full body shell shape is changing for aerodynamic reasons. The transmission has changed to a GTR 35 transmission located in the rear of the car. The engine's all moved back, it's double wishbone all round, so it's more race car than modified road car now.
So that brings us to the finals, and we see Suzanne Buist in her little Mini doing her thing. Suzanne making great progress after using the Knockhill driving instructors to do a bit of driver coaching. Herself and Sasha managed to take 2 seconds off her overall time, just becoming midweek and finding a little bit of time at almost every corner in the circuit. But she wasn't the only one who was improving their time. There were people still struggling a little bit, but David Rabowski, he was not struggling. Rabowski was on form again. Great to see him back in his Subaru and really charging for the Class D honours. Blair McConaughey, very quick. David Long in his Caterham, getting in all sorts of shapes and sizes, coming up through the bottom of Leslie's to the top of Duffus. And that was possibly the longest accident that never actually happened on screen there. Once again, Sam Ellis are back in a different McLaren. Instead of the 650, he was in the 675 LT, so it was good to see him. And yes, Fiona Kindness still good and impressive in her Track Scotland car. Stephen Darley, on the other hand, had all sorts of fun at the hairpin there. Big, massive long lock-up, huge understeer through the hairpin, and then full speed along towards Clark's. And then this happened going into Scotsman. Extremely lucky that car didn't dig in and start barrel rolling through the gravel trap there. But Stephen, again, he was into first gear before it even stopped and away from the scene of the crime. Lots of guys going very quick. Andrew Barber as well, recovering from a bit of an off in the morning and getting a decent lap time. But it was Paul Rankin, the man who got extremely fast laps. Paul Rankin stamping his authority all over Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink. So round 4, Superlap Scotland final class results, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink, sees Marshall Wishart your F-Class winner, Alistair Moat, Keith Cowie, George Rigby and Fiona Kindness, with John Stevenson winning A-Class. Pro Class, again, won by Paul Rankin in his Subaru Impreza RB320 with a 52.6 second lap. Very fast lap around Knockhill Racing Circuit, and he's only going to get quicker. Welcome to Knockhill Racing Circuit for Superlap Scotland round 5. The second to last round in this exciting championship, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink. As you can see, the paddock is an absolute hive of activity and the cars are on track. Let's take you around now for a tour and we'll go meet some of the familiar faces.
There's energies inside us like electricity.
Car number 54 in the F2 class is Stevie McNabb, and we catch up with him today after a day yesterday where you won the Edinburgh Watch Perfect Lap Challenge. However, you've said to me you weren't 100% happy with how the day actually unfolded for you.
No, the day seemed to get worse and worse, and for a surprise lap at the final, which was my slowest time of the day, I'm really shocked, but impressed.
You know, I've seen you up here doing a little bit of tuition with our race instructors as well. You know, you've been on track, you've been getting helps and kind of tips, and you know, what have they actually been telling you? Can you give away some of the secrets that the Knockhill instructors have?
10 out of 10 to Sasha. Tuition is awesome. Today it's showing off. First practice, a good time to start off with already. So the day's looking a lot better than yesterday.
How is the car developing for you over the course of the year?
It's been a lot of time and money spent on it. Just keeps going and going. Usual Clio, something's going to break at some point, so we just keep going.
Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy, sees us come to the Clark Motorsport stand now, and we're going to catch up with Rich. Now, Rich has got a pretty successful race team. He's running Suzanne Buist in Class F, and he's got Keith Cowie, who won yesterday's Class D category. Both cars making huge progress under the Clark Motorsport banner. How do you see their season going so far?
Well, Suzanne's getting better and better, and obviously Keith's got a good race history. He's leading the class now. I think one more win and be leading the championship. So
yeah, it's good for the team, isn't it? Now look behind us, because you may notice us standing in front of some very exotic clutch stuff here. Can you give us a little run through of what we've got on display here, because these do look like very, very fancy clutches.
We've got everything from your road clutch, single plate, flywheels, 230 carbon RS twin, 200mm Subaru Evo, and the list goes on. For your fast road stuff, you want a clutch that's nice to use on the road. So we've got your single plates, we've got twins that match. Obviously for the racing, for the SLS, you want a clutch that's going to last.
So Sunday qualifying sees Robert Jobson in the Disability Motorsport car, extremely quick from the word go. Having said that, other people struggling going down Duffus Dip there, big spin at the bottom, but he wasn't the only one. We're going to see the Fiat Abarth having a huge moment, the Abarth 500, two-wheeling it down Duffus Dip. Martin Bonner again, very lucky to get away with this one. Look at him hit the curb. It didn't look like much from there, but inside that car, Martin was definitely hanging on to that steering wheel for all he was worth. Adam Kindness's woes just continued. Boost problems, and more boost problems for Adam through the course of the weekend. Saw him eventually almost concede and give up. Wiring loom issues as well, but Adam finally got back going. But look at the man trying through Scotsman as ever, Adam Kindness. Daniel Clark chicane caused some close racing as well. There's people flirting with the edge of the gravel trap there. Thankfully nothing coming off that too much. But Fiona was actually on a personal best all weekend. She was up in her lap times, getting faster and faster throughout the course of it. Whenever you mention fast, Paul Rankin always springs to mind. This car is extremely quick. You've got to drive it as well, and Paul is on top of that wheel and absolutely loving his Superlap Scotland powered by Rockstar Energy Drink. The British Sprint Championship was also in town. This is a bit different. Extremely fast cars, huge engines, a lot of speed and very quick lap times. The British Sprint Championship is here at Knockhill this weekend, and these cars are seriously fast, and this is what 186 miles per hour looks like under the bridge of Knockhill going towards Duffus Dip. We're catching up with Heather Calder now. Heather was the winner of the British Sprint Championship at Knockhill yesterday in the reverse direction. You managed to take the record as well, and you stole the all-important victory away from your dad, who, if we look down the pit lane just now, he's just getting ready to go out there. You've had your run today, this morning I should say. How's the car so far?
Yeah, the first practice went well. Just found our feet round the clockwise direction. Everything was running fine. Unfortunately, on my dad's first practice, we lost our engine cover. It's managed to shear off all the bolts on the engine cover, so we're running without a cover now, which has given us a few issues with cooling the car. You'll probably see us with the blowers, because we can't get the airflow through the engine very well. It's quite hard to keep it cool when it comes in, so and we've got a bit affect the downforce a little bit, but
we can see the engine cover up there looking very second hand. And if we look down there though, we see, apart from your dad, we see your other main competition. We've got Stuart Robb Jr. here this weekend, who is an incredibly fast man. You and him were the kind of people at the top going for it yesterday.
Yeah, young Stuart's back out to play this weekend, so that's good for us. Good to have someone to chase and a good competition.
Listen, good luck for the rest of the day. We'll keep our eyes on Heather Calder here, possibly one of the fastest, if not the fastest lady in British Sprint Championship. So Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink. The finals on Sunday is where it really started to get faster. These guys know the normal clockwise configuration extremely well, and lap times have been getting quicker and quicker all through the year. We've got to say that we need to put a big shout out to the Kindnesses. Fiona and Adam both let two people drive their car. Stephen Darley and John Stevenson benefited from these guys after having huge mechanical issues herself and sharing a race car. It's not something I'd like to do myself, but we need to thank them, and well done to them. Fiona Kindness actually got down to a 55.7 second lap in qualifying and 54.7 in the actual final, so huge progress for Fiona. Keith Cowie was also on form with a 56.8 and Blair McConaughey 55.9 as we go on board with Blair. Always absolutely on it is Blair McConaughey. John Stevenson, well, a minute 0.7 for John in a shared car, which isn't too bad. Paul Rankin though, 52.84 seconds. The man is on a mission. He is stamping his authority all over Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink, and it's great to see Rankin smiling, looking happy and fast. SGK rolled back into town as well. Great to see in paddock 2. And look at that on board there. James giving us a lovely example of what to do. Giving our cameraman a thrill of a lifetime in an SGK car. And it wasn't just about the SGK. We also had Subaru against Mitsubishi. Tommy Mackinnon's World Rally Championship car against Colin McRae's car on display. Lots and lots of Subarus and Mitsubishis all over the site. And it'd be great to come back at the Paul Walker on the 18th of September to see more of these cars on display. Keep your eyes peeled, get your tickets and get along.
It's really good to be back. It's a great circuit. It really is a great circuit. As I was told many years ago, you learn this circuit, you'll know any circuit.
You've qualified on pole for today as well, and a bit closer to your own heart, it's the Stuart Robertson Memorial Trophy today in memory of your late father, so you're going to be gunning for this, aren't you?
There's probably a slight disadvantage in that because yes, I really would like one win, would be nice. It's going to be tough against Graham, he's not going to give up. That pole came on the very last lap. We came in here thinking I was second and he was on pole, and I only got told just a few minutes ago, so yeah, I would love to win a race here, absolutely.
Colin would love to win a race here. He's been racing here for a long time, but he's up against his good friend and teammate Graham Ross, both from the Burnbrae Road and Race Garage along in Methven. They were up against some tough opposition. Doug Cole, Rob Perkins, Jason Burgess, and remember Paul Lutti, the third Scotsman. Unfortunately for Paul, though, it was a weekend to forget. Dropped a valve in race 1 and then dropped the whole engine on the exit of Clark's in race 2 and detonated itself. But on the plus side, he did get to sit in the sunshine on the tyre wall and watch two of his good friends take first and second. Graham Ross winning again from Colin Robertson. A cheeky little double from Graham Ross. The man from Right on Signs will be very happy with how his AMG Trophy race went. Never having won a race before, always been a bridesmaid, but getting a double at his home circuit. Superlap Scotland round 5. Class results powered by Rockstar Energy Drink. Scott Robson's the F-Class winner this time in his Lotus Elise with E-Class Alistair Moat. Keith Cowie, Blair McConaughey, Fiona Kindness all in there again with John Stevenson. And at the top again, the Pro Class winner, Paul Rankin, again in his Subaru, 52.84 seconds. Very happy, Paul Rankin. You saw him jumping about the paddock. He was bubbling. King of the Hill standings, Pro Class, 199 points. Paul Rankin, chased by Alistair Moat in his E-Class Honda though. Alistair with a very good weekend, kind of flying under the radar, still getting those King of the Hill points. It looks like going into the last Superlap Scotland powered by Rockstar Energy Drink is down to those two guys. But never discount Fiona Kindness.
This energy's inside us like electricity. Feel the love running through like electricity.
Rory, we've had some great action today on track. We've got to look at our list of winners. We've got to talk about double winner in both directions, Paul Rankin. It's been a fabulous weekend for that 700 horsepower Subaru Impreza.
In Paul's case, he's done an amazing job this weekend. That's him won every event this year. And one thing he said to me before the weekend was he's out to break lap records. And he really wanted to break the lap record today because it's the last time he's going to be racing or running around in normal direction this year. Unfortunately, he got a little bit of rain on that last run and it affected his lap time.
Yeah, a few of the guys in the Pro Class as well, Andrew Barber as well, also caught out a little bit about moisture just at the start of the Pro Class session. It started to rain a little bit, only at turn 9, the hairpin, but a wee bit slippiness at Clark's creeped in along the way as well. We've got to mention our Track Scotland team, Fiona and Adam Kindness. They are fully spirited up for Superlap Scotland and SLS. They absolutely love it, and they proved that this weekend by not only being here helping people. Adam had a nightmare of a weekend, but him and Fiona gave their car out to other people to drive on the Sunday. Stephen Darley and John Stevenson benefited from their kindness. So we say.
Wow, that was good. That just shows the camaraderie within the SLS scene at the moment. Everybody helps each other out. You see it also with Paul Tuch in his crash yesterday, and everybody got behind him and helped him rebuild the car for today. But Adam gave his car to John Stevenson, and Fiona helped out Stephen Darley. And I think, hats off to them. It was brilliant effort.
So that's all from us here at Knockhill Racing Circuit today for round 5 of Superlap Scotland powered by Rockstar Energy Drink. Make sure you come back and join us on the 18th of September for the Paul Walker Tribute Festival. We will have the Moment of Noise, all the show cars, drag racing and lots of track action here at Knockhill Racing Circuit. Until then, take care.
This energy's inside us like